It's a very well-deserved shout-out. Let's give us one. Come on, Dickface. There we go. Not you, sir. Huge shout-out to our newest Ultra Bra, Wayne Reeve, for getting an OSW tattoo.
Oh shit.
That means tattoo review.
It does not, sir. But we thank you all the same.
Thank you very much. That is awesome.
Anyway, like, we stopped doing tattoo for reviews ages ago, but how about we review his boys stable?
Ooh, excellent.
Now, is he allowed to have shared boys?
Yeah, you can't keep hiding
He can
rank to
dip into
himself.
our
I want more
stables.
people to have hiding rank.
Okay,
you know?
right, yeah.
But he only wants you, like.
I'm in his stable.
Yeah.
Kozlov?
Ooh, double E.
Stephanie's pet project. You remember
Yeah,
she was
that-
big up on him?
1978 house show main event against Triple H.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god. That is a boy-worthy match.
That is.
Just like, are you a boy? Slap it down. Ooh, tuggers. The old tug job.
Shockmaster is not a boy because he's too over. I'll allow Tugboat, I wouldn't allow Shockmaster.
Okay. What about Typhoon?
Yes.
Okay.
He was even less popular, so more so. Ooh, the Berserker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay?
Huss.
Huss. My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Would you like to make me fuck berserker?
Ah, that was great.
Haven't done that in a while.
Ooh, and the better half of Men on a Mission, Mo.
What a boy. There's no more boy than Mo.
King Boy.
King fucking boy. My abiding...
Holy shit, he's not Mabel or Oscar. Holy shit.
That is Ulta boy.
Ultra Boy.
Hey there, Ultra Boy.
Flying in the sky so fancy free.
A whopper boy stable. Then.
That's very good.
Yes, allowed.
Hello and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling video podcast. Filmed in glorious grapple vision and encoded with blast processing, we chronologically critique wrestling storylines pay-per-view by pay-per-view. This is your host, the babyface that runs the place, Jay Hunter. Joined as ever with the mark that runs the park, Mr. Ozy,
Beardo.
and the guy that eyes the boys.
Hello.
It's episode 61, WCW Uncensored 96, and it's coming up right now. Welcome, niggers. Happy days are here again. OC, what's the crank?
Yep.
Review one.
All right.
Our final visit to the Dungeon of Doom, the last piece of our WCW story arc. What is up next? We've got our year-end awards and Q&A. Sorry. Sorry, we didn't review it. That will get over one day.
Keep going,
You will
Jake.
keep trying.
Oh my god, did you hear Connor's sorry promo
Yeah.
after his fight on Saturday?
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
It's not as good as Double J's.
No, of course not.
It could never be.
But, you know, he has made a couple of dimes.
So So you can go to newarc.oswreview.com to suggest what we should do next.
Ooh, I like that. And if anyone picks King of the Ring 93, you can just fuck right off.
Survivor Series 92. I believe you're missing King of the Ring 93.
There's children crying!
Thank you to over 1,300 founding fathers on Nogger.
Wow.
Pretty incredible.
It just gets more amazing every day.
I think we've been on a roll since launching. In June we had Countdown. In July we've got Fall Brawl. August was SummerSlam. September World War III. October Super Brawl. And now with Uncensored.
It is helping. It's better than a show every 4 months.
That was fucked. Absolutely fucked. If you want to support us and get the next episode out a bit quicker and watch some exclusive reviews and extras, buy us a pint and pledge at noggeru.oswreview.com. We'll be at WrestleCon 2017. Thursday is the live review show, and Friday we'll have a meet and greet. And to pick up tickets, click the link in the description box. With all of our spare rib tickling out of the way, let's do it to it.
Grammar, that is.
Steve, how about some pre-show action on WCW Main Event? Mr. JL, who is
Jerry Lynn!
and not,
Jerry Flynn.
pinned Dean Malenko in 3 minutes 20 in a tournament match for a new Cruiserweight champion that had already been crowned. 4 days prior in New Japan, Chris Benoit, as Wild Pegasus, was beaten by Shinjiro Otani to be crowned WCW's new Cruiserweight champ. Jim Duggan beat Big Bubba Rogers, or Bubber, as Dusty calls him, by socking Bossman with a taped fist in 320. No DQ, because Bubber tried to use the 2x4.
Wrestling.
Dirty Dick Slater fought a fun by Alex Wright. Medusa caused an inadvertent distraction chasing Colonel Parker, and Filthy Phallus used it to clock Das Wunderkind with his boot, picking up the sneaky win in 155.
I'm sure that match was amazing.
Probably the best use of Dirty Dick you can get. Like, actually not using him is probably the best use. And for your pre-show main event, the Steiners, Rick and Scott, fought the Nasties.
That would have been way better than the tag matches we got on this show.
Yeah, the Steiners are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, this was fucking great. Steiners are in their prime. The Nasties are in their prime. It's a fast-paced, hard-hitting brawl. It only goes 5:19, so they trimmed all the fat and the rest holes from the match. Nobbs jumps up for an overhead slam by Rick. Signature belly-to-belly by Scott. Sags hits a really safe, awesome-looking powerbomb-style pile driver, because he kind of picks him up for a powerbomb, but then he just kind of drops like it was a pile driver. Nasty's retort with a power slam top rope elbow drop combo, which is awesome. But when Steiners hit their finish, which is like LOD's Doomsday device, but the opponent is facing away instead of towards, it's a bulldog instead of a clothesline. Speaking of the devil, the Road Warriors come in for a brawl, and the match is Rule Day.
No contest 2!
And that's it.
That's one thing I would like to see more of is the Steiner brothers.
I thought you were going to say no contest brawls.
We cannot coexist in this planet, Hogan. It's Doomsday! We are the Alliance to eliminate Hulkamania!
It's 3 levels! It's 4 tiers! And there's not a seat to be found in Tupelo! Welcome to the 2nd annual WCW Uncensored!
It's a WCW Spooktacular. Actually, there's no spooters on this show. According to the VHS, it's everything you wanted to see, plus things you would never expect. Opening vignette, Sullivan tempts the Alliance to end Hulkamania.
He's great. I'm a big fan.
Of note, Flair calls it the Alliance to eliminate Hulkamania because I can't believe I'm part of this shit. Ooh, the ransom note graphics they have. Steve! What smokes is the Uncensored logo? It's black, white, and red. And our boy Nick Hoban suggests it's a Marlboro Black Bold flavour.
Oh,
Never seen them before.
neither have I.
Uncensored, March 24th, 1996, at the Tupelo Coliseum, Mississippi. A night where every match is uncensored and unsanctioned. Is it? No! We're 6 months into Nitro's lifespan. How are pay-per-view buys doing? 175,000 households bought it, with 9,000 in attendance, with 1,700 getting in for free, which is actually better than last month. Those who did pay shelled out how much on average?
$18.
1386.
I like the accuracy, Steve. $14.24.
Yeah.
So well done. Which is down from $15 from Super Brawl. Commentators tonight are Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Oh my god. Dusty. Situation. Everything was a situation.
Because he didn't get Eddie in a situation where he was really in a hurt situation.
Our inaugural contest is for the US title. Eddie fucking Guerrero versus Conan, the champion. Steve! Eddie Guerrero is wearing a flitty white with red flames. What bar is he?
Well, Jay, Eddie Guerrero is none other than a Raffaello suite.
SummerSlam 92, Steve.
Did I use that?
Yep.
Bollocks.
I think he gave out of it because there's too much coconut.
They're very tasty, but there's too much coconut.
Did you eat that at the circus, Steve, when you were a kid?
What smokes is Eddie Guerrero?
Well, there's only one pack of smokes he can be. He's a pack of Marlboro Red.
Excellent. Yes, he is. And he's also, give that man a can of Coke.
He is a can of Coke.
Conan is wearing a fuchsia, cyan, black, silver, and gold, blindingly shiny number with a silver mask and cut-out goggles.
Holy shit.
What bar is he?
He's every bar.
Is he? Is he?
A Haribo Star Mix.
And with a fried egg. Great call, Steve. Great call.
They're good. They're good, man. This is what we've been clambering for, watching WCW in 95.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, opening with a bit of Mero. DDP.
It's like when there was no Mero theme playing, it was, oh God, this is heaven.
Great to see Eddie Guerrero making his WCW pay-per-view debut, as would some other fresh blood tonight. Schiavone touts him as a young man that typifies hard-working Americans.
Is he trying to be so anti-racist?
It's the bland kiss of death description.
Yeah.
Hard-working babyface, you know.
Yeah.
Conan starts off with a bull over nothing and awkward transition. Conan, he's far too big to be doing lucha.
Yes. He's sloppy.
Schiavone mentions being the US champion makes you the number one contender to the world title.
I really like that. It's a shame that it doesn't. I mean, you know, Conan's not getting a world title shot anytime soon.
And even better, you'll get to wrestle Mr. JL
Jerry Lynn
on Nitro tomorrow night.
Ah.
After stalemate submissions and exchanges, they slap each other in the face. Dusty oddly describes sarcasm.
And Conan with a sarcastic a way about him just a little bit. And all I'm saying is, if as we watch this thing, read into it a little bit, see where Conan's at, and just see if that's sarcasm and that is really part of his...
I don't know what he means.
He's a terrible commentator. I'd imagine he would think it's a slap in the face if someone told him to, like, okay, Dusty, you have to do your fucking homework. You have to learn about the characters and motivations and moves and blah, blah, blah. And he'd be like, I'm just the road, baby. I just roll in and hit it with a bathical.
And who's going to tell him no?
Exactly.
And a photographer that looks like Bockwinkel in disguise watches on.
Ooh.
It's not.
Where did he go? I'm so sad. He was one and done. He was going to be the main guy in this arc. He was like a fucking superstar. And then just gone.
He didn't appear much after Starrcade 94. Coincidentally. Last we saw of him was in Great American Bash 95, where Vader came up to him and Bischoff and said, "I'm sick of your shit." And that was that.
Wow.
He never made it to Nitro, sadly.
Aww.
The match comes in spurts, doing a fast sequence, then slap on a rest hold on the mat. Eddie with a gorgeous array of moves, counter a monkey flip, landing on his feet, float around arm drag, tilt a world head scissors, finishing with a big splash to the outside. Conan responds with a lovely razor's edge sit-down powerbomb and a shitty push-off suicide dive.
Eddie landing on his feet from the monkey flip spot was amazing.
K-Dog survives top rope superplex, a counter roll-up, and Eddie goes for a leapfrog that Conan doesn't duck under, so Eddie's crotch comes down on Conan's head. Oddly, the commentators played off as a low blow by Conan, much like Snitsky,
It wasn't his fault.
which is teasing a heel turn. K-Dog picks up the scraps and retains the US title in 1827.
But was it not supposed to be a low blow? They just fucked it up.
That was just the finish. I think it's here's a bit of ska. Conan did heel turn, but that was months later and it wasn't related.
Okay.
Maybe it's like, here, finishes. They're in a big bowl, a tombola, and crotch and head.
Yeah, I really liked it. Lots of good chain wrestling, some high spots, tidy mat wrestling, a few too many rest holds. I love the fact that the crowd were split between the two lads, and then towards the end are more pushing towards Eddie because he's a smaller guy. He's much more of an underdog. Certainly, it was a refreshing change from seeing Mero and DDP. If you got this kind of match quality all night, you'd be delighted.
I guess it's fair to say it was probably the best match of the night.
Absolutely was.
Yeah. It's so WCW though, isn't it? Like,
Oh, yeah.
isn't this what they were known for? Like, really good undercard, and then just the quality just...
Yeah, it was the opposite of WWF.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought these two had some great exchanges, but the rest holds were there to noticeably lengthen out the bout. It was great to see Eddie, but a curtain jerker, no business being 18 and a half minutes.
No.
Shavante is bigging up the fact that this is the only title match. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish with this. Is he saying, don't worry about these lads, this is only, fucking the hors d'oeuvres, we're getting to the good stuff later. Yeah, we got fucking Colonel Parker. Medusa
Coming up.
Yeah.
The bollocks you've all been asking for.
As I remind the fans at home watching Uncensored tonight on pay-per-view, you can chat with the superstars of World Championship Wrestling online tonight.
Steve, boot up your personal computer and type Go Convention for electronic chat with WCW wrestlers. This time the giant pretends to type.
The fucking giant. This fucking...
Savage.
Yeah, this fucking freak of nature.
Yeah.
Logging on to CompuServe.
Like some kind of nerd.
Credibility. We talk about New Year's Baby. This is the beginning of the New Year's Baby. This is fucking bad.
This is the beginning. He's all baby. Mean Gene brings in his guest. Meow, 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 meow. Finally, Colonel Rob Parker. He name drops Colonel Tom Parker, who is Elvis's manager, no relation. He's fighting on behalf of the male agenda, Presley and Mean Gene himself, doing their dirty work as he faces Medusa in an intergender match tonight.
I actually thought that his promo was good. I didn't know that he had this in him, other than, like a random quip, like meow, 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 meow.
He's got a lot of verbiage that's specific to his character,
Mean Gene really, really had to try hard to not laugh during this. This guy must be a really funny guy.
He finishes by calling himself the Rooster, or Cock, if you will.
I'm stronger, I'm bigger, I'm taller. I'm the rooster and I'm gonna prove it.
Oh my god! Break out the sex jazz music! The Mega Boys explode here at Uncensored 96.
Yes.
Boys.
This is going to be Golden Nugger award winning for excellence in wrestling. Yeah. Seriously, I couldn't fucking wait. I was like, this is going to be amazing. How can it not?
Let's find out. Match number 2 is Lord Stephen Regal with Jeeves versus the Belfast Bruiser, Fit Finley, before his Finley name. Regal's out with Jeeves, Dusty pronouncing it Chives.
You got Chives out there with him, and I'll tell you something about this situation.
Chives is a manservant who didn't really get involved in matches, so he was legit there as a valet to take Regal's entrance attire. And he had a little poof. Pillow. What do you think of Regal's attire here? He came in the stereotypical British monarch.
Yeah, it was cool. Wasn't quite on the same level as Funley's. That is stunning.
Steve, what was Funley wearing?
Oh my god. First of all, he had the mustache of a paedophile and the long greasy hair of a rapist. And so like a really bad Mad Max knockoff jacket. Oh, it was bad.
Bit of Mad Mihal.
Awful. Crazy how someone could let themselves look like that in 96, isn't it? Like 96, lads.
Just see Funley on his way to the ring, he slaps Chives randomly.
Does he?
Yeah, because fuck you, is I. Kick off with a lot of hard-hitting strikes, potatoes, if you will, and truly European uppercuts. Dusty contends that they're hitting each other so hard they're using parts of their body as plunder.
Conan again sitting up at the Spanish commentator's desk.
Oh, he was so happy this time. He's like, oh.
Yeah, but like didn't even put on a t-shirt. You know, no shower, no nothing, just sitting up there.
No underwear, no towel. Finley with the Irish whip. Devastating, I'm sure. Yeah, Heenan notes it's Ireland versus England. Then Dusty says, sure, isn't Dublin 5 miles away from London? Watching this match, I thought, mat wrestling, it's so intimate. Like, these two thick, burly men doing these lengthy, full-body contact holds. Like, I kind of feel that some wrestlers that feud, they would know each other's bodies better than their wives.
Probably.
Oh my god. At ringside, Funley tries to grab a steel chair, but they're linked together.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
So the line of chair just bends and he immediately gives up.
Yeah, good.
Dusty creates a diversion immediately, saying,
Oh man, you see that kick in the belly welly?
Hit him in the belly welly.
Yeah, I loved it. I laughed out loud.
What's a belly welly?
Yeah, belly welly. It's just another word for
well,
a belly.
I suppose if you kicked someone in a
But
belly.
the word belly is in belly welly.
Funley hoofs a down Regal in the back. Nice. And distracting the ref, Regal retorts with a swift kick to the bars. Schiavone talks about fans being turned away, and then the director cuts to the hard camera containing multiple empty seats.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. It's almost like they wanted to make him look stupid. It was like, oh, he's saying this. Oh, we'll show him and their company.
Aloha Arn.
Oh, Aloha Fit. Yeah.
Funley has none of it and smashes Regal's head into the mat. Sorry, Steve. Halfway into this display of endless headlocks and armbars, despite some nice stuff like Regal grinding his knee into Funley's face, they lost the crowd.
I actually have that written down here. The crowd are completely dead and it makes me sad. It's their own fault. I'm dying to see this match. There's no one who's going to play up how great this match is more than me. But I can't. It was boring. I was like, This match never built. It was at its best in the first minute or two when they came out and just started punching each other in the fucking face. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then by about 2 or 3 minutes, they were like, okay, we're done with that. Let's have a bit of a rest hold here. Let's have a bit of walk and brawl.
Let's me and you get down on the mat. Full contact.
Finley. Yeah, really, really fucking sad.
So, what was the difference between this and the 2007-2008 match?
I really have to watch that match again after watching this one. In my brain, that's the greatest match in like the last 20 years.
This match needs to end. They just keep going. And after a straight right punch, Regal's nose is busted open, which plays well as these two are having a hard-hitting brawl. That's the cue for the Blue Bloods clubbing and putting the boots to Finley, and the ref calls for a DQ in 1733.
How can there be a DQ? It's uncensored. Every match is no DQ.
Yeah. Regal parts with a stinging slap to the face. Finley pegs it to the back after them, legitimately, and actually catches the heels. It was really impressive. And they kind of just, all right, let's just walk to the back anyway. I didn't expect to catch you, lads. Could you imagine if Hogan, like, do you remember WrestleMania 9? Hogan's like, oh, brother, Brett, are you okay? Yeah, fuck off, I'm winning the belt. And Brett was hobbling to the back. Imagine, if Hogan did the big boot, leg drop, got the belt, hot dogged, and left the ring and went to the ramp, and he met Brett selling on the ramp.
The best thing I can say about the match is that they definitely wrestled with intensity.
Yeah.
It felt real. It felt like they don't like each other, which I'm sure isn't the case. I'm sure they're great mates. Heenan does a good job of selling the match as, intense. These two have a history, etc., etc. But it's not going to accomplish anything. You're either going to be like me and you don't care anyway, or you're going to be like Steve and you're going to love it.
Yes.
You don't need background. So it was really, really awful. But I knew it would be for Steve. I said I'm gonna give it my all.
How long was this match, by the way?
25, I'd say. What? No?
6 minutes. The fucking time warp match.
1733.
Okay, so it's quite similar. Okay. Yeah, it breaks my heart to say it, lads. This match was bad.
It's like, you two, up to bed, no dinner.
Another positive is that this honestly felt like something very, very different to the US style of wrestling at the time. But it's like, they didn't do enough. Punch each other in the face at the start, waste time for 15 minutes because we're two really good wrestlers and we know each other, and then we have to finish. That's bollocks. That's not good enough.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking of doing the World of Sports 70s house show BBC's wrestling.
There's a reason why British wrestling had fucking rounds, because you can't do this for 17 minutes straight. It's boring. You have to break it up.
Ooh, Regal actually tweeted about this match.
Did he?
He said, "Happy St. Patrick's Day to my least favourite Irishman. This one match, broken nose, fractured cheek, 12 stitches in my eye."
Wow.
Shit. They punched the shit out of each other, didn't they?
For what? Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Why was there a DQ with Uncensored? Why was there a sanctioned title match at an unsanctioned pay-per-view? Yeah, sorry, Steve. We head backstage with Mean Gene, who's joined by the Giant and Jimmy Hart. Despite only debuting last month, the dapper gentleman has already given Loch Ness the boot, meaning Haystacks is babyface now and wrestling the Giant. Giant's promo style has moved on from 30-year-old movie references, "It's gonna be bye-bye birdie," to nursery rhymes.
I could start off with rhymes. I could start off with riddles. Loch Ness in the ring, I'm gonna smoke you like bacon on the griddle.
They're throwing everything at it and hoping something will stick.
That will never stick.
Exactly.
Fairy tale Giant will never stick. Did you ever see in the WBF, Vince, he had vignettes for all of his bodybuilders?
Did I ever see in the WBF? No, I haven't seen anything. What?
The WBF, Danny Padilla's gimmick was a giant killer. So he had a vignette where he was in the Tarzan outfit and he stepped on a giant's toe and went, it It was like, that's you, Giant. Gene interviews Loch Ness, who stinks up the mic in his big Lancashire accent. His face turn was because weasel-faced hat pulled him from the main event.
Well, Mean Gene, just let me tell you something. That weasel face heart.
Shades of British Bulldog with the state of his promo.
Very much so. The accent is pretty much spot on.
I actually thought his promo was okay.
I did enjoy when Mean Gene was slagging his teeth and he gave him a dirty out look.
Death's there.
Yeah, that was quite good. But this guy's
straight out of the big book of British Smile.
Another SummerSlam 92 reference.
Was it? Yeah, damn it.
It's a good show.
Anytime you talk to an elderly person about wrestling,
They bring up Giant Haystacks. Absolutely.
Yes.
Him and Big Daddy.
yes, yeah. And I know
And
Big Daddy.
Kendo
like-
Nagasaki.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But yeah, Giant Haystack's the first name they use. And
Yeah, totally.
this is it. This is the guy that all you elderly people are talking about.
Well, not 96 haystacks. 78 haystacks, you know.
Right.
This guy is the image, like a complete mix of Rabsy Netflix mixed with the outfit out of the English version of Shameless.
Yes.
Totally. A handsome fellow.
Does he have the fishnet vest? It's like, sir, why are you lying in the gutter?
You just
I'm being sociable.
give him a fucking like a headband. He is Rab. Also, like, did you see how nasty and greasy this dude's hair is? I'm like, imagine this guy can't fit into most showers / baths.
You're gonna see chippers.
He doesn't have to go in. He can just go up to the door and shout his order at I think Jay is actually dying.
Is there an outbreak questionnaire? We can...
After 2 matches.
Yo, welcome to the Big Boy Shopping Network, and if we got a steal for you, that steal, you idiot, you that boy, we got it. It's the Total Package Lex Luger official T-shirt. It's strong, it's durable, it's 100% cotton. As you can see, it even holds up under the rack.
Get your Lex Luger t-shirt for only $22. Just call 1-800-WCW-8661.
You want to I don't know how hard.
Match number 3. It's man versus woman. Colonel Parker versus Medusa. In late 95, WWF let go of their main female star, Alundra Blaze, shit-canning the women's division. The opposite was happening in WCW. The former Alundra Blaze showed up on Nitro the next month and infamously threw her WWF women's title in the bin. Using her old moniker, Medusa, although it sounds heelish, it's a contraction of Made in USA. Medusa.
Really?
It's not the connotations you think.
Evil, starey snake lady.
Yeah. What was her first program? Remember, Sherry suffered a concussion and had fallen in love with Colonel Parker? The big payoff was at Clash 32 and their Vegas wedding. During the vows, his big fried pie, Medusa, appeared from Parker's trailer and attacked Sherry, ruining and cancelling the wedding forever. Hilariously, in the fracas, Disco Inferno steals some bottles of champagne and he just runs away.
Nice.
We find out on Saturday night, Medusa punches Parker, calling him a two-timing twit, i.e. somehow she didn't know he was with Sherry.
The thing that's been on TV and pay-per-view for months.
Yeah, a little bit.
So hold on, Medusa was going out with Colonel Parker.
He was with Sherry and with Medusa at the same time, and Medusa didn't know he was with Sherry.
Lucky guy.
She demands a match, and this changes the dynamic. Now it's the typical babyface woman that's scorned versus male chauvinist. It's a bullshit double turn, you know. It's like an episode of Afternoon Yak.
And now the Estrogen Network presents Afternoon Yak.
Man.
Boo! The Colonel enthusiastically shakes the hand of the referee, and Medusa comes out as an ultra babyface with America attire. Big smile, saying she'll kick his butt.
I thought her gear looked really bad. The state of it.
This is what Jay wants us to wear at WrestleCon.
I don't think he wants us to wear the little lycra pants with the fake jeer going up your arse.
I don't know.
You can't rule anything out, Steve. Yeah, weird. Yeah, she dumped the title in the bin and then she comes out as a happy-go-lucky smiling baby face.
Yeah.
Parker is wrestling in his suit, sans jacket, but avec red elbow pads. Parker locks up with her, forces her into a corner, clean break, and is so happy with himself, he gives us the gun show.
I love it. It's great.
This isn't Rob Fuller, the ex-wrestler, former CWA champion wrestling. It's Colonel Parker, Southern Dandy. A highly choreographed comedy match. A nice kind of victory roll here. All stumble around until you're happy to give me a big slam. Medusa misses her cue the first time around, so he just does another revolution. Celebrate and do a splash to the outside, but I will gently put you down. No sense in taking a bump in this match.
No, pointless. No one gives a fuck about this match at all.
Ridiculous finish as after a sandbag German suplex, Smelly Dick pulls Medusa's foot, breaking the pin, and Parker turns over and swabs onto her. Despite Medusa's shoulder obviously being up, the ref still counts to 3 and Parker steals it in 3:47.
It was better than the previous match, Regal Finley.
Yes, well this was 15 minutes shorter.
I much preferred this. I thought the German suplex was half decent, given the size of this guy. Very nice bridge as well.
It was a bit of a non-match. It was just like a comedy angle. I did think it was better than it was going to be. Like, I thought this had potential to be a train wreck, like a dangerous match where someone could get hurt. But it was okay. They didn't really do many spots. Colonel Parker's great. I like him on the mic, and he has lots of charisma. So I'd like to see more of this guy. We're not going to. We're moving on. Sad face.
Yeah. Despite Medusa ending the WWF Women's Division when she left and kickstarting WCW's Women's Division when she joined, she barely wrestled a total of 16 matches in this 2-year stint. She was always runner-up for the WCW Women's title. Second comes straight after first. But 3 years later, she did capture the Cruiserweight Championship from Even Courageous. And she also pimped out the Nitro Cologne. If you remember, she would go shh, shh, and then he would be like, oh, that smells. Did someone open the drains?
That stuff smells horrible. That stinks.
You had one job. Don't say it stinks.
Oh, he didn't give a shit, did he? What a great man.
Throwing the WWF belt in the trash resulted in a lawsuit from WWF. It actually played a part in Vince deciding to screw Brett in 97.
Ah, okay.
So this bad blood meant she never went back to wrestle after WCW closed. Instead, she had a really successful career driving monster trucks, brother.
Are you serious?
Yeah, actually, she was very successful and won championships and stuff. WWE did a 360, brother, as in 2015 she was inducted into the Hall of Fame as Alundra Blaze, taking the WWF Women's Championship out of the trash can and onto her shoulder. Oh, fun fact, when Medusa was 23, she did a nude photo shoot for Playboy.
Splicey, please.
Yep.
No splicey, Steve. She thought it would hurt her drawing ability in Japan, so they've never been released.
Really?
How
That's
much?
a shame.
Yeah,
She had a great body.
Yeah. How much did she pay to not have them released? Surely that they took the photos, she signed the form.
That's it, haha.
Yeah.
What a company. I don't know. Steve.
Yo.
There are a lot of wonderful, fumbly-bumbly mustaches in WCW. None more vibrant than our new backstage reporter, Lee Marshall.
But if you think things have gotten hot so far, I guarantee you things are just starting to heat up.
Yeah, who is this fella?
He is the voice of Tony the Tiger.
No, he's great. No, he wasn't, actually. He talked very quickly.
Yes. Lee welcomes the Road Warriors to stink up the mic. Hawk spouts, anything goes, nobody cares.
Never a true word was spoken.
The self-professed Chicago big bullies talk more bollocks as I try to read what's on the chalkboard behind them. You see this? It's a blueprint laying out the wrestler positions of the Doomsday Cage match.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite good.
Uncensored continues. Let's go to the ring.
Match number 4, it's Diamond Dallas Page versus the Booty Man. Holy shit, it's not Mero. Gentlemen, rest your sphincters. DDP? Since losing his match at Super Brawl, DDP's broke, having to pawn off all of the nice things he bought over the last few months, like jewellery and tights. Apparently he has no money, as in WCW don't pay him to wrestle.
Money right, I'll get the money. Go ahead and give us the jacket, or you can go to jail, Mr. Page. It's your choice.
He hasn't been on Nitro since.
Are you serious?
And it's like, well, when are you going to fill us in? Yeah, well, right now, won't we?
Oh my God.
On his way to the ring, Big Whoop want to fight about it.
Fucking hell. That's so rinky-dink wrestling.
Because they've been doing this storyline for months.
Yeah. Months.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Where's Mero, you ask? After Super Brawl, his WCW contract ran out and renegotiations fell apart. A big factor was, despite it being a storyline, as a Christian, he hated being affiliated with another man's wife, Kimberly.
Oh, fuck off.
Famously, Bischoff said he didn't want to be put in a situation where he wouldn't want to do an angle if Jesus Christ wouldn't approve of it. So Bad left, but not before doing the right thing, dropping the TV title to Lex Luger, despite not being under contract. That was the opposite of what Jarrett did. A week after Uncensored was WrestleMania 12. Johnny B. Bad made his on-camera WWF debut as Wildman Mark Morrow, as Pettengill calls him.
The Wild Man, Mark Morrow, ladies and gentlemen.
He gets in a shoving match with Hunter Hearst Helmsley, whose valet is Mero's wife, Sable, conveniently setting up his first program. Mero's not cool with kissing Kimberly, but you know who is? Ed Leslie.
Yes, he is.
Wasn't Zodiac heel?
Yes.
No.
Yes. WCW explained that all along, Leslie was a spy for Hogan, sending him into the Dungeon of Doom. This included wrestling him at Starrcade 94,
yeah,
beating him down for a year and a half. So what vital info did he get?
I'm interested to hear it.
Well, maybe that Hogan could batter all of them by himself. Like, bish, bash, bash. So after Super Brawl, his mission was apparently complete and was back in Hogan's pocket once again. Ed Leslie gimmick number 16. Buddy, 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 buddy. Buddy, 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 buddy.
We'll line them all up.
I heard
you, booty man will take
horse not here.
Booty man.
I know here.
Booty man.
This one's for all the marbles. DDP's putting his career on the line. If he wins, he gets Kimberly, the remainder of her bingo money, and his self-respect. This is an I quit match, but not in the traditional sense with a microphone in the ring. If DDP loses, he'll quit WCW. So it's an all quit match. Hobo DDP comes out with big bushy hair, unkempt beard, ugly ripped cheap purple tights, and mismatched elbow pads.
I thought he looked great. Going all out by the fact that he's spending no money.
His opponent? Big Brother Booty! Booty, 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 booty! With professionally ripped tights. Ed Leslie making his pay-per-view return after 2 OSW episodes in the background. Heenan sets himself up What's running through the booty man's veins? And everyone's like, Hulkamania. Tons of time wasting by sending DDP to the outside so he can jaw jack with the crowd, tell the cameraman to get out of his face, argue with the ref, anything so Ed Leslie doesn't wrestle.
This was great. So not only does it keep Ed Leslie from wrestling, making the match a stanky booty hole, but he gets the best reaction from the crowd out of anyone so far for doing nothing. And the less they do, the more the fans love it. Great wrestling. I love it.
Everything you said except the last bit. It was a great stalling, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, DDP just takes his time staggering around the outside, knock into the ring post way, and Marty bump over the railing. A woman, the commentators don't acknowledge her as Kimberly, comes to the ring in booty man colours of white and rouge. I know it's rouge because I had to look up the colour for pink. Crisscross.
Oh, I love it.
And leapfrog ends in a stop. What do you want to do? For fuck's sake, lads. DDP bumps for a punch that Ed Leslie forgot to throw. No fucks to give, Shavante exclaimed. What was that?
Reversal, nice move by Diamond Dallas. What was that?
Dude, you're supposed to cover it up. And then they just go and they do the spot all over again. Fuck. This is Mickey Mouse wrestling.
Oh! Endless headlock and sexy Nick Patrick asks if DDP gained leverage using the ropes by
Sexy Nick Patrick.
spreading a leg on the middle rope. Woo! It was a bit sultry. The camera cuts to Kimberly fawning over such a cutie booty man, wanting to be his girlfriend.
I want to be his girlfriend.
That's 50s camp movie kind of thing.
Yeah, you are lucky you have incredible legs, missus.
Yep. Kimberly gets the apron and cameraman sneaks an upskirt. DDP wears the face off her. Big slap. Booty man hits the high knee. High knee. And Mr. Bootacular gets the pin. They awkwardly celebrate separately together until the big dip kiss spot.
He chewed her face off. And why not?
She worked for her paycheck tonight.
Yeah.
Kimberly is no more. The booty babe is born. What were WCW thinking, getting Ed Leslie to wrestle for 16 minutes?
Not much.
They have so much faith in DDP. They give him these 15, 20-minute matches.
Every month?
Every fucking pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, he's quit now. You know, he lost the match, so he quit.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
So on his honour, DDP quit WCW. In true WCW fashion, honouring the step, DDP doesn't miss a goddamn pay-per-view. as he shows up next month for Slamboree Lethal Lottery.
Fuck's sake.
And what was the storyline reason for him coming back?
He subbed in for an injured Bobby Walker with a new hook. Thanks to a mysterious benefactor, he's back in the pink and the green. Sadly, the benefactor was never revealed. Man, Ted DiBiase would be ideal for this.
Yeah.
But he was slotted in as the fourth man in the NWO, bankrolling it. Man, this Lethal Lottery, I had a look at it. Thank God we quit on this pay-per-view. Holy shit. 15 matches.
Jesus. It's like WrestleMania 4 again.
Even better, randomly generated tag teams in a tournament.
Which means two people that are feuding.
And winners advance to a Battle Bowl Battle Royale.
What's a Battle Bowl?
It's the haircut where DDP actually won it. I shit you not, he was proclaimed Lord of the Ring.
Lord of the Ring! We've got a Lord of the Ring!
Let's see if we're going to do the same one. No, we did the different
We're taking the hobbits to Isengard. True to WCW form, the next night he was stripped of his prize as one foot touched the floor, making the entire night obsolete.
I just want to leave you with this official Lex Luger jacket for you to put in your trophy case because, you see, I love you, man.
Oh, blow it out.
We go backstage, and Mean Gene is with Jimmy Hart and the Total Package. Jimmy Hart is distraught that tonight's the last night he'll manage Lex.
Why?
Stinger's furious that Lex is still cavorting with cheating Jimmy, and after
Slipping Jimmy.
And after plucking Lex from the tag match and putting him into the main event, Lex, subtly disingenuous but stone-faced, says he's through with Hart after tonight. So that was just on the pre-show. You see Lex kind of plays a bit of air guitar on his abs?
Oh,
great gimmick.
Must have looked away.
He was like, I was probably mesmerised by it. Jimmy fake subs and gives Lex his custom airbrushed Luger jacket. He throws it on the ground for Lex to pick up. So, see, something a bit odd for the suspicious Gene tells Hart to blow it out his ass.
So is Lex now veering towards babyface?
He's playing the tweener role, but he's a heel. Whether he's with Jimmy Hart denotes if he's heel or face or not. And he's shunning Jimmy Hart, but both of them are being disingenuous about it. So they'll still be together. There was a cool bit on Nitro. Sting and Luger come out, and Sting is up front, and they're all high-fiving the crowd. But when Sting doesn't look, Lex stops doing it and walks down. And then when he turns around, he's like, hey, yeah, let's have hands.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So subtle.
That's long-term booking, isn't it?
Does it pay off? No teleprompter tonight. Good man Lex holds eye contact with the camera and tells us he's sad to ditch Sting in the tag match for the dangerous Doomsday Cage match main event instead. He mugs for the camera, showing a lot more personality. I thought he was great here.
I like the content. He tripped up a little bit.
I think initially the first few words. But like the Lex Express, it stalls, but it goes.
Steve, did you ever think there'd be a day where we'd be all on the same side when it comes to Lex Luger?
No, but I put that down to ignorance.
Okay.
Hang on to that rap. That's from Jimmy Hart. You can't ask for a nicer gift. Right now on Uncensored, let's get you back to center ring.
Match number 5. It's Giant versus Giant. Giant the name versus Giant the noun. Giant versus Loch Ness.
This is the first time in the history of Mississippi they brought a Richter scale in.
Oh, March of Death. That's a cool song.
It's a good tune.
Used by Rey Mysterio later on in WCW.
Rey Mysterio Jr. A man who...
What do you mean, no? Yes.
Yes. Just thought I'd throw that out at you.
Only WCW could use the same song for a 750-pound Englishman and a 170-pound Mexican. Loch Ness walks to the ring and fumbles over a cable.
It could only happen to him, really.
Captain Insano comes out. Only debuted in October 5 months ago. And he's straight into the main event scene with Hogan, a world title reign. Then asked to do something with Loch Ness. All things considered, he's doing really well.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on the guy.
Yeah, they shouldn't have put him in this position to begin with. Despite earlier being told that the US champion is the number one contender, Shivani tells us that the winner of this match will have a world title match against Ric Flair tomorrow night.
Loch Ness in a world title match against Ric Flair.
30-minute Iron Man.
Hilarious.
Heenan's line of the night. Look at Loch Ness. Now look at Giant. Now look at Pee-wee, the ref. There's not a good-looking guy in the ring.
It's very smart. I am impressed at how big Loch Ness actually is.
He's enormous.
Yeah, like height-wise as well, he's not that much smaller than Giant. Big man.
This match emphasises what great shape Big Show is in. He'd never look better. He jumps so high for a missed corner splash, he just bikes to the outside.
What was he thinking taking a bump like that for this match? Like someone of his size and weight coming down. Crazy.
Yeah, Loch Ness does an elbow drop and is so tired he has to hot dog before getting to his feet. Because he kind of holds the middle rope and he's like, mate, oh my God.
It was like 90 seconds into the match and he is done.
Clothesline. Timber spot. Show hits a big leg drop. Haystacks is too gassed to sell. Giant gets the pin. And that's that.
I have it written here like, that's it. Seriously.
Oh, that's what I wrote as well. Oh, that's it.
It's just a waste of time.
So how quickly did the Giant pin the Loch Ness Monster? About 350.
330?
I'm not giving you no 350.
Give it 230.
You goddamn Loch Ness Monster. 234 this went.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, but I'm assuming this is the last appearance of Loch Ness. He's buried now. He's done.
Has to be.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know how many matches he actually had in WCW?
You're looking at it.
This is...
No. He actually had like 3 on main event and that kind of thing. He had that brawl with Jim Duggan last month on main event.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
As you can see at the end of Super Brawl, he's like, oh, Hogan, I'll get you. And they hold him back from coming into the cage. WCW originally planned for Loch Ness to feud with Hogan. But upon seeing him and seeing him wrestle, they immediately pulled the plug.
Wow.
So they quickly cut him out of the Dungeon of Doom, jobbed out here in under 3 minutes. It's a decisive finish. This is his final WCW match.
A great success.
He did leave WCW premature. Like, obviously this is a burial, but he did leave WCW because he had serious health issues and he went back to Britain. He had a lymphoma.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yes, and so ends the ballad of the 12th Dungeon of Doom member.
Wow. Oh, my God. Okay, so, like, how many Dungeon of Doom members were there overall?
Steve! Every Dungeon of Doom member.
Do it.
At Slamboree 95, the Master summoned Kevin Sullivan to trek through the woods, and after drinking from the Goblet of Darkness, imbued with the red and yellow as the Taskmaster, he crossed the line between everyday villainy and cartoonish supervillainy.
Oh, yeah.
Tasked to create a merry band of jobbers to end Hulkamania. First port of call was to enlist his former 3 Faces of Fear friends, the Avalanche, rechristened Shark, and the Butcher, now known as
the Zodiac.
On Baywatch, Vader teamed with fellow heels Flair and Taskmaster to take out the Mega Powers, so why not dip into the dungeon for a bit? The Ugandan Giant,
Kamala,
and the Laughing Man,
Hugh Morris, were
hired by WCW specifically to join the faction. Colonel Parker's bodyguard Meng was given a golden spike for his sins and pried Barbarian away from Colonel Parker's stable and his super assassin tag partner. The Giant exploded from the walls of the Dungeon of Doom's lair, the son of Andre pledging to end Hulkamania. Halloween Havoc 95 bequeathed 3 new members. We found out Lex Luger was only friendly with the Megapowers thanks to Sting, and heel turned at the pay-per-view. Snagging Lex brought Luger's manager Jimmy Hart on board. Moments later, Latte made his historic debut and bummed the babyfaces with an intimate hug. He was immediately given the boot and repackaged as Super Giant Ninja, whom One Man Gang beat, entering the Dungeon of Doom as US champion and jobber fodder for Hogan. February 96, Giant Haystacks beached on WCW's shores as Loch Ness, tonight's Uncensored being his only WCW match. Same with 2 actors Z Gangsta and Ultimate Solution, brought in as a one-shot deal. Obviously, Zeus was in No Holds Barred with Hogan, but fun fact, the next year, Ultimate Solution played Bane in Batman and Robin.
Wow.
Really?
So there's Bane. Wow.
He leaves the door open for a milestone vignette. The Dungeon of Doom, go to Gotham!
Oh.
Literally, Warner let them film on Batman and Robin's back alley set.
Awesome.
Taskmaster!
What's the password?
It's the end of the line.
That's where you're wrong. Dead wrong.
We see Jimmy Hart convince Max Muscle to enroll.
Maximum Muscle.
He was lost. He broke away from DDP, turned face. So here's a chance to turn heel, do something else. And Taskmaster unveiled the boss man, Big Bubba Rogers, who was incensed after being kicked out and embarrassed by the NWO. But that's not all. To combat the Horseman's Wolverine, Chris Benoit, Taskmaster opened door number 2, revealing Braun the Leprechaun. Sarge, the wrestler who was billed as 5'10" in a leprechaun gimmick.
Fuck's sake.
And finally, coming out of a too short doorway, the Giant! Again! Saying there was no way out from Hogan, leaving the NWO to rejoin Dungeon 2.0, which had gone from campy cartoony villains to campy henchmen. Alright, we got 2 left. At this point, Dungeon of Doom were fading away. Conan lost the US title to Flair, and the ailing faction snapped him right up. And finally, Sullivan hired some new female muscle in Jacqueline. And so there you go, 22 members of the Dungeon of Doom. Tasked to bring doom upon Hulkamania. They did no such thing.
A glorious faction. I fucking love them. They're so bad.
Hi there, I'm Lanny Pator. You might remember me from such hit internet series as Team 4 Stars, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, or all of the fine quality content over on TFS Gaming. So, who was the first United States president to be a Wrestling Hall of Famer?
They're great! Like getting catfish out of water.
Come on. Was it Teddy Roosevelt? Could it be Martin Van Buren? The answer is Honest Abraham Lincoln. Yep, the vampire hunter himself. I'm not making this shit up. You wiki that shit. Back to you, boys.
E. Marshall, him and his chalkboard, is with Sting, but not Lex. His substitute tag partner being Booker T. Why would Booker help out Sting? He's promised Harlem Heat a crack at their belts next time round. He's literally subbing in for Lex. This isn't a new tag team, if that makes sense. At the pay-per-view, Booker's without Stevie Ray, and I thought he was showing more charisma.
Yeah, he cuts like a gangster promo.
Classic Booker, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Straight OG, it's gonna be on like neck bone, if you know what I'm talking about, Sting.
Straight OG brother, is that what you're saying?
Right.
Sting trying to like jive talk was really cringy. He's a very white man, like.
Hey, I jack suckers as much as the next man. It's your sub-main event. Chicago Street Fight, the Road Warriors versus Sting and Booker T. Despite being from Chicago, no Road Warrior pop. Really sad, but it's understandable as they've been doing heelish things like run-ins and foreign weapons, and this, Hawk Pearl Harbor's the faces.
Did the Road Warriors come out to some kind of AC/DC rip-off theme? Is that...
No, it's the Iron Man song. It's Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
The that's also them no selling.
In slow motion.
Yeah. Oh.
As a street fight, there's no DQ or countout. The ref is there for the submission or pinfall. They split screen the action, and it gets weird as they both look into the ring.
Immediate walk and brawl. Like, you're out of ideas before you do any spots. Fuck, lads, come on.
Hawk, beep. no sells a pile driver on the outside.
Yeah. And also, Animal and Sting both no sell, fucking having their balls pulled into the ring post as well. Is anyone going to sell anything in this match? Hey, Booker, come on.
Split screen Road Warrior dual drop kicks ish. Nice. No DQ, but I didn't expect babyface Stinger to use a chair, cracking Hawk in the back and over the head with one.
Yeah. And then, just to prove how stupid he is, he just drops the chair there and turns his back, and then like Animal comes in and uses it straight away.
Stinger tries a safe pile driver, but Hawk no sells.
Of course he does.
Booker hits a suplex and Animal no sells. Animal hits a suplex, but Booker must sell. Fuck you. Awesome reversal of Hawk's top rope clothesline as Booker meets him with a standing dropkick. Animal counters a top rope splash into a snap slam. Looked great. And follows up with a leg drop, but still doesn't get the 3. Stinger breaks out something better than a broom. 2 brooms. Why? Because he's cleaning house.
How is that going to hurt? It's probably a hollow plastic broom.
It's a comedy weapon as well. And this is supposed to be a serious street fight. So, yeah, well out of place
this is
here.
for the tag team titles.
Yeah, see, what have you got for me? What monumental thing saves, 10 seconds of this match?
This show. He hits him with the broom, and Dusty just says, I think he just nuggered him there. Hit him in the noggin. Amazing.
Boy, he nuggered him there.
He nuggered him there. Oh, marked out. Huge.
Totally marked out.
Animal hits Sting with a broom, and a big plume of dust comes out. Is this an actual broom that custodians use? They'll want that back. Time has no meaning as the match will not end. Punchy kicky inside, punchy kicky outside. Booker's fed up with the match and just leaves. And Animal follows backstage. Whoa! Who is that? It's our Lexible friend. Preening in front of a mirror.
Which is also a great heel gimmick. Like, you're working out looking at yourself. You're a dickhead.
And Luger went to the trash can.
Jimmy! Look at me!
And now Lex Luger's getting involved.
Animal hits Lex by mistake. That'll be your last, buddy. Luger rightfully retaliates, shouting, "Look at me, Jimmy!" I'm pissed now. So he goes on offense here. Wow!
I actually have it written here, like, Luger may actually be the best.
That's it, hands down.
There's nothing
totally
else.
Done a 360 on him, Steve. Totally.
When they went to split screen then in the ring, and then you had Lex beating up Animal outside, the only thing you could look at was Lex.
Absolutely.
You know, fuck what's happening in the ring.
He commands both screens.
Lex and Stevie Ray batter Animal and tape him to a large post.
He ruined my Sting. Have no idea what's...
Stinger gets a second wind, and so does Booker. Although Mr. T misses the Houston hangover, Stevie Ray is at ringside, smacks Hawk with a chair, leaving him prone so Booker can pick up the scraps and the win in fucking 29 minutes 33 seconds.
This was a half an hour. Fuck this company. Seriously, this was awful. Hated it. Lex did save it though.
Yes.
Like he turned it from an absolute disaster into something that was merely terrible.
Yeah. It was so boring, so long. Unnecessarily long.
And unnecessarily boring. They immediately were out of ideas.
Yeah.
They forgot to book the match.
Yeah.
Harlem Heat do get their rematch the following month. Jimmy runs down. He'll never leave Lex's side to Sting's annoyance. Throws in a white towel as a distraction. And Stinger, not Lex, schoolboys for the dirty 1, 2, 3 and retains. Anyway, like these guys, they never have their feud. Like the NWO show up and they battle them together. And then Sting gets pissy because they thought he'd turn against WCW. And then he eventually, beats Hogan at Starrcade 97. And then they both join the NWO and split off as the Red and Black Wolfpack. So they're just together for all of time.
That's crazy. It was like Did people not think this was awesome? And were they not dying to have this feud and match? Because I am.
I think they might have wanted to put it later in the year, and it's just the NWO cancel everything.
Okay.
You know?
And in all fairness, you can't really give out because it's one of the biggest angles of all time. Like,
yeah, one of the best ones and constantly rehashed angles. Oh yeah, we got no Macho and Hogan promo tonight because we got one on the pre-show. Macho says they're bad to the bone with hearts of stone. Hulk says at Uncensored you can bend, break and stuff the rules. Accurate. And doesn't know the name of his opponents, calling them the big gangster brother and the big nasty brother with the largest arms.
Brilliant.
Speaking of, we also got heel promos where they're all inside the cage mugging for the camera. Gene says there may be 10 or 12 men involved in this as far as I know. Meaning they haven't finished booking the match yet. Gene pimps Ultimate Solution saying,
The ultimate solution. Take a look at this guy with the heads of lettuce. Don't do it.
And gets pissed when he rubs garbage through the mesh. Like he had these piles of garbage and rubbed them through the mesh. It was amazing. The commentators hyped the Doomsday Cage. Dusty says the importance of this match is mega important. Heenan describes the structure as Alcatraz if you remove the cement and could see inside the cells. That was awesome. Schiavone outlines all we're getting as rules. The baddies can win at any time, but the goodies must get to the bottom tier before they can win. So that means it's time for our main event. The Horsemen can't rid WCW of Hogan. The Dungeon can't rid WCW of Hogan. How about them both together? With our powers combined, there's no way two men can defeat 8.
Absolutely not.
Sullivan needs a trump card. Z Gangsta, a nightmare from Hogan's past. Mean Gene calls Zeus the man formerly known as, well, you know who. And Rob Swenson, not Ron Swanson. AKA the Ultimate Solution, originally called the Final Solution.
Oh, jeez. Are you serious?
A horrendous Nazi reference that WCW claimed ignorance of and immediately backpedaled on after Jewish organizations complained to Turner Corporate. Did I give out about this? The Alliance to End Hulkamania. It's so complimentary towards Hulk Hogan.
Yes. Poor Savage.
That's even... Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not the Alliance to End the Mega Powers.
Yeah.
Or the Mega Force, as Buffer calls them.
Jesus. There's no even mention of Savage, like, even though he's 50% of that tag team.
8 heels, 4 chambers, 3 tiers, 2 Mega Powers, and 1 Hulk Hogan. Top cage has the 4 Horsemen. Middle tier is divided into 2. On the left is Meng and Barbarian, and on the right is Taskmaster and Lex. And the bottom tier is a ring with Z Gangster and the Ultimate Solution in it. Very 80s WWF with bringing in big useless lads.
Yeah, yeah.
When they were talking about Z Gangster, I thought he was like some kind of French guy. Z Gangster, you know?
A bop at the boob.
That's Italian. That's French.
Kick off with the Mega Powers versus the Horsemen. Arn and Flair are in the top tier. The floor is also mesh and the cage is bockety as fuck.
Yeah.
So everyone decides they're not taking any risks. Like no one is thrown to the sides, nobody's slammed.
No one's bumped and they all kind of hang around the like pole that's in the middle.
Plus Schiavone is saying that these lads are putting their careers on the line. I would have thought landing on a cage or a mesh would be better than landing on wooden boards that make up a ring, no?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But in kayfabe.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal. Shred you to pieces, Steve. Absolutely.
It's like fucking mattresses made out of this stuff.
Macho and Arm just throw punches. The commentators bring up Brian Pillman, who is in ECW by this stage. WCW still thinking he'd return. He'd actually pop up in the background of some Nitros as well. Hogan wanted Pillman in this match because of how hot his angle was, so he could beat him.
Oh, I hate you so much. You are such a cunt.
A double figure 4 spot by the heels gets zero reaction.
Yeah.
Probably because the crowd can't see shit.
Why is this cage in a second ring down the far end of the fucking stadium?
The whole arena is set up to look at the
middle.
ring. Yeah. And everyone look at the entrance ramp.
Yeah.
3 stories up. Through a mesh cage.
In the dark.
Like, this is before Titantrons as well. So no one can see anything.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Heenan exclaims, "What a great thing for television." Babyfaces break out the Freedom Powder and oddly throw it down to the middle tier, blinding Meng and Barbarian. Then blinding Flair and Arn, and the babyfaces open the hatch and run away to the middle tier. So there you go, Hulk Hogan.
Cowards.
Yes.
Cheating cowards.
Yes, Hulk Hogan defeats the world champion under 6 minutes. Straight away, start of the match. So it's Hulk and Macho versus Meng and Barbarian. But is it? No, because Lex and Taskmaster have opened the door. Somehow Flair had the key and passed it downwards to Taskmaster. And with the tiny chain, the heels dominate. Hulk's had enough of that, so he just uses the chain to lock the door shut, eliminating Meng and Barbarian.
It took him ages to do it. Meng, like, who's booked as being a killer, just standing there watching him do it.
And then Taskmaster on the other side was, again, watching him very slowly locking the door.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's weird when they have to religiously stick to the booking, but you don't want to hit Hogan. He's having a hard time there, you know? Ooh, as Hogan drives Sullivan out onto the wooden walkway, Heenan flat out asks, "How do you win this, Shivani?" Hulkster tries to kick him off the scaffolding, which would murder the Taskmaster. We get a nice shot of a perilous Sullivan, and we can still hear Lex in the background.
Wow! Sullivan literally is holding on for his life right here.
Hulk gets into the ring and starts pummeling Taskmaster. Wait, the ring? Yes, they've bypassed the bottom tier completely. With Flair, Arn, Meng and Barbarian all sequestered behind a locked door, Lex and Macho join Hogan and Sullivan on the entrance ramp.
And Taskmaster, here's Luger.
Lex just runs at him. Lex punch. Kick. Club. Knock into Sullivan.
Well, I'll tell you what, at least it's 4-on-4.
There's even a bit where, like, Hogan wants to get into it, so he throws Lex against the fan railing.
Camera shot.
Hogan says, "Come here to me, Lex," battering him in the ring as well. Then Lex sells while getting pulled out of the ring.
Luger trying to get the upper hand. Hogan's going to pull him down.
And the Taskmaster from the other side of the ring.
He pulls him out. Wow! It's magic.
He's the best. Have you copped on that for this entire match, Savage has just sold, he's gotten battered, and Hogan is killing people?
Maybe the alliance they don't need to end Macho Mania. That's not even a topic for discussion. It's like, nope, we just concentrate on Hogan. Feeling left out and unloved, Z-Gangsta and the Ultimate Solution make their way to the ring and literally walk the Megapowers into the bottom tier to start Act 3 of the match.
First of all, Zeus, like, now... Come on. This was like, what, 1989 or something? When
Yeah.
It's fucking old news. And Ultimate Solution, just hate him. He's just like a bit of a fat guy. You know, he's thick, but massive roid belly. Massive roid belly. Like, animal, well jealous of that.
Dusty Rhodes notes,
I see no fun in this.
So they're basically in a Hell in a Cell, a ring with a cage directly pressed up against it. The crowd actually wake up for this.
Yeah.
When they start posing. It was awesome. Then Zeus, Z-Gangster and Ultimate Solutions offense happens. Punches, slow clubbing blows to the back and hot dogging, and the crowd quieten down. Bobby mentions Z-Gangsters watching Hogan with one eye and watching everyone else with the other. Man, even on TV, you can't really see inside the ring. Thankfully, WCW switched from the dark-coloured mood lighting to bright white so we can see what's going on. It's our final gauntlet. Where are all the heels? Like a cartoon character, Sullivan pokes Macho with a lengthy steel pipe through the mesh fence.
Oh, it was hilarious. Macho's just like, fuck off.
The Horsemen have escaped, and apparently they're uneliminated. Aaron has changed from his black sweats to tights.
It's better than his Borstal Home jocks from last month.
And the heels gain control 4-on-2. Presumably Meng and Barbarian escaped too, but they're already showering and packing their bags and gone.
Nice.
Lex! Yes! He breaks out a black so-called weighted glove, theatrically putting it on so Rosie can see.
It's hilarious.
But Lex actually pauses before throwing his punch, misses Macho and hits Flair, making it look intentional, i.e. a face turn. The next night on Nitro, Flair says, "You meant that, and you can no longer style and profile with the Nature Boy." The Mega Powers regroup on the mat as the heels hot dog. We see a massive amount of freedom powder on the ground. So Hogan must have lost his baggie when they got in.
Oh, right, okay.
All hope is lost. It's the Booty Man to the rescue. Oddly, he doesn't get in the ring and help. After Hogan throws some freedom powder, Booty hands them frying pans, and the lads tee off on the heels.
It's a frying pan! They've got the steel frying pans! Even it up! Go for it, baby!
It's so fucking funny. It's just two outfits just running around. Dunk, 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 dunk. Just gonna bury everyone.
But with frying pans, it's like cooking bottom. Can you splice in a bit of bottom?
Oh, I love this, Steve, yeah.
Next, they'll be using fucking teapots and fucking doilies.
Doilies.
Shavante is like, "It's a frying pan." Hogan ushers Macho to leave, but Savage remembers that we still have to end the fucking match first. So scrambles back to pin Flair, and after 25-16, the babyfaces hightail it, having vanquished 8 men.
What's the deal? Like, Hogan just didn't even know how this match was ending, or like he was... I don't know. He'd given up on life.
That's
after.
exactly how he felt. He just forgot.
Really?
He was like, "Yeah, let's get out of here."
And despite Macho Man Randy Savage getting the final pin, whose song plays?
He got the red, white, and blue, and he doesn't even know what to do.
What a cunt. His song played in the intro and the outro.
At the commentary desk, Heenan says, "Fuck it, we lost tonight, but sure, we'll try again tomorrow." Meaning this match had 0 consequences. Amazing 90s crazy credits where they only give everyone's first name, like feature producer Neil, and engineer in charge, Grover, and we're out.
Grover? There's actually somebody called Grover.
You can only reach him if you like ring it, have a child's telephone. Hello, Grover.
For Bobby the Brain Heenan, take a hike. Don't get lost either. And for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, for Lee Marshall, for Mean Gene Oakland, and from the greatest production crew in the world,
Yes.
Tony Schiavone, have a good night, everybody.
So what do you think of this match?
Whoa. This was a clusterfuck. Just a mess. It was entertaining. I had fun watching it, but it was awful. There was no story, no point to it. No spots, no good moves. Couldn't see half of it. I was really annoyed at Macho Man just being a 10th wheel in this match. Eesh. You should still watch it though. Yeah. To see how low things can go.
Yeah, it was terrible. Was it longer than the street fight?
25 minutes. So it was actually shorter.
Yeah, it felt longer. So we had a street fight essentially followed by a street fight. It was all terrible, punchy, kicky the whole time. couldn't see what was going on. And the whole premise of the match, even initially, the lads are just kind of standing around in the cage waiting for their turn, which is very awkward, and I wouldn't want to be them, because the crowd are just looking at them and they're like...
Yeah, like Lex and Taskmaster having a chat.
Yeah, awkward. I actually quite enjoy seeing Zeus again.
Zeus.
Yeah, he still looks great.
He's in good shape.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Even in the Dark Knight, he was looking great. Like, so.
And how was he in Zootopia?
Was he in Zootopia?
Zootopia.
Z Gangster.
Babadaboo.
Yeah, all over the place. Like, lads, the first time you're doing a new big gimmick match, you gotta have clear rules in booking, and you have to let your commentators know what's happening so they can tell the viewers. A bockety piece of shit cage with mesh flooring meant wrestlers couldn't bump until they got into the ring. It was 25 minutes of sequestered walk and brawl. Z Gangsta and Ultimate Solution, they could do nothing. Best we got out of them was a power slam once, slowly. By the way, Freedom Powder is a heel spot.
Yeah.
But it was really effective. They have no comeback to that Freedom Powder. Why does a 4-chambered, 3-tiered cage need Freedom Powder, a coal miner's glove, and frying pans?
Why wouldn't it?
Like, you don't have enough gimmick.
Would it not have been better if the heels on each tier had these weapons?
Bang! Right there. Yeah. That would make it a lethal lockdown.
Yeah.
Not enough shit guitars. Forgetting to finish the match said it all. But I had fun trying to work out everything and put it into a coherent story. So it was like someone was playing a video game. Badly. And that's it. But as you said, Steve, worth checking out.
Yeah. Why not?
So let's take it to the aftermath. Welcome to the aftermath. So what do you think of the pay-per-view overall?
Ooh, it's a difficult one. Like, no, it's not really. This was a bad show. Okay, right. So the first match, Eddie Guerrero was pretty good. Conan, disappointing. It was the best match on this card by a mile, but I really didn't think the match was all that great. Devastated by Regal and Finley. I mean, Fit Finland, I think, has been auto-corrected to not the Finland. Man, I really thought this match could have been like one for the ages, but it was bad. Oh, so sad. I like Colonel Parker, very charismatic. Big fan of DDP. He's a lot better than I thought he was. Skip Loch Ness versus the Giant. Road Warriors versus Sting and Booker T was bollocks. The only thing that saved that was Lex. And the main event was also bollocks. Also saved by Lex. Steve, you were right all along. So overall, this is actually a really bad show. But there's still a few things that are worth checking out on it.
Yeah, really bad. And to be fair, you had warned us, you had pre-warned us, if you will, before we started this anthology that it's going to be bollocks, and it was all bollocks. But interesting that it turned from the Ed Leslie story arc to the Lex Luger story arc, ultimately.
Yeah, Bockwinkel started off hot, he died off. Ed Leslie started off hot and died off, and Lex just kept building, you know?
Strength to strength.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's riding high on coke. Like the first 6 matches went by pretty quickly, but holy shit, those last 2 matches took an hour. A slow, slovenly brawl clusterfuck, but it's still an expensive spectacle. I recommend checking out the Tower of Doom. Just that match. By the way, like, Uncensored is a night where every match is uncensored and unsanctioned, except when blood happens, it goes to wide shots, title matches, which have to be sanctioned, Bockwinkel, and DQ finishes. Why? Because fuck you. And that's been it. All right, let's take it to the wrestling is segment.
Awesome!
That's a stupid decision. That can only be made by a stupid idiot.
That's why it's dry, you stupid idiot.
Stupid idiot.
$15,000, Ambrose! You idiot!
Expecting me, little idiots! Idiots!
You know who invented the Money in the Bank match? Do ya? Moi! There's some French for you. I
am the golden god of this place! I reign supreme! I! Listen, pal. You just made my list.
Well, that does it for Uncensored. On the books.
In the pocket.
Out of sight.
And it brings to a close our 5th story arc after Hulkamania, Arquette, ECW, X7, and now the Dungeon of Doom. Next up is our 4th annual Golden Nogger Year-End Awards and our Q&A, so I hope you'll join us for that. Remember, you can watch all of our episodes, free of charge, and IMAX played with 4:3 full screen at oswreview.com. If you want to get the next episode out quicker and watch some exclusive videos, head over to noggeru.oswreview.com. So it's goodbye from OSE, everyone,
Take a boot,
and myself, Jay Hunter. And remember, SU in your A's, don't wear a C, and J all over your B's. I mean, and remember, a winner is you.
I was dying this summer.
They have the heat on as well, though.
Oh, I know. Patience.
It's freezing in here.
The milk of human kindness.
Yeah, you're like, come and fucking do something.